Hi, I'm Hugh Sullivan, videographer for the Herald and Review, and I got to try something new this week with the GoPro. Ever since I got it, I've been thinking about it every single time I go into a shoot, trying to figure out if there's some angle that I was never able to get that would be useful for that shoot, or if there's something I can mount it to or something, and this week's shoot was perfect for it. It was scuba training at the Y. The fire department has a team of divers who sometimes train at the Y, and so we got to go and film what they do and interview them, and I was really excited because since I got the GoPro for Christmas, I haven't really had much opportunity to test it out in the water. First step was figuring out how to get it in the water, and I didn't want to use a monopod because, you know, they've got little cushy handles and I didn't want to stick that in the water. And so I went digging around in the studio in the office and just happened to have a perfect thing laying around. It was a Bogan, I think it was a pole for a light stand. It was either for a boom stand or maybe it was actually meant to go in a light stand, but it was just kind of laying by itself, and it was just a big, like, probably 5 foot long pole, and it had a 1/4 inch thread on the end of it. So I was able to just screw the GoPro to it and just dunk it right down in the water. And I was pretty happy with what I got. There were a few snags that I ran into. First, since I was using a pole to stick it in the water, that pole was at an angle, so I had to kind of offset the camera a little bit to make up for that. And since you can't really see what you're shooting, I could have offset that just a little bit more. And one of the reasons I couldn't see what I was shooting was because the Wi-Fi that allows me to kind of monitor what I'm doing with my phone, that Wi-Fi signal cut out as soon as that camera went down into the water. The Wi-Fi stopped working. So I don't know if that's, I haven't really looked it up. I'm not that concerned with it right now, but I don't know if that's just a common thing that the Wi-Fi doesn't work underwater, or if that's just a problem that I had. But either way, I was kind of flying blind once I actually went under the water level. I was also working alongside the Herald and Review chief photographer, Jim Bowling, and we decided to give it a shot taking still photos with the camera. And we ran into the same problem. Instead of being able to fire the shutter remotely with the phone, every time we stuck the camera under the water, we weren't able to get that Wi-Fi signal. So the way we kind of worked around that was setting the camera up to do a time lapse. So we set it to take a photo every second, and then just kind of started the time lapse and then stuck it under the water and didn't need the Wi-Fi. And so then we were just kind of able to wander around, and Jim just kind of aimed the camera at whatever he wanted. And again, it was kind of, you know, there was some working around the angles that you needed to hold the pole to get it pointed at the subject, but it turned out really well. I was really happy with the way the camera worked in kind of a low light situation. It wasn't dark, but it definitely wasn't, you know, a lot of the like really gorgeous pictures that you see from the GoPro are outside in the sunlight, and so when you get into, you know, artificial light, it doesn't look as great, and it wasn't very noisy or grainy. It turned out really well. I'm not sure when this story is going to run, but whenever it does, the video will be alongside it, and it'll be on the Herald and Review website and also on this channel. So you can check that out. Subscribe to this channel to get all of our videos and videos like this. Go check out my personal channel where I do lots of fun stuff, and check back every week where I talk about my experiences behind the camera.